Christopher Nolan, Quentin Tarentino, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg and J.K. Rowling, get them all in a room and request them to write the script for the greatest ever fiction story. To that, compare the script that unfolded at the Lord's Cricket Ground in the final of the World Cup of 2019. And I assure you, the script of the reality that unfolded at the Lord's Cricket Ground will be better than the script for the greatest ever fiction story. England, 44 long years of long wait, and finally they win the World Cup for the first time ever. The inventors of our sport of cricket, like they call themselves, they finally make it and the cup is finally home. Lord's Cricket Ground, what better venue than it? The home of cricket, the mecca of cricket itself. England is actually known for creating boundaries and then creating history. Today they created history, but not by creating boundaries, but rather clearing those boundaries. If you know what I mean, unfortunate day for New Zealand cricket and just cricket in general. It was a fantastic game of cricket. So in that sense, it was an extraordinary day for all cricket fans and just cricket as a sport in general to promote it to anybody and everybody. But when it comes to the result, who would have thought that it's just the total number of boundaries that are hit in a game that would determine the winner? I always say it's a game of inches, but trust me, there wasn't even a millimeter to separate the two teams. New Zealand batting first got 241 runs, which at the halfway stage, all of us thought it's like 20-30 runs short looking at the English batting lineup. But guess what? They had different plans, just like they had different plans all across the tournament. Grit and determination with astute captainship by Kane Williamson, and they restricted England to exactly 241 runs. And that's what gave way to one of the finest and one of the most riveting features of white ball ODI cricket, and that is the super over. Guess what? At the end of the super over, both teams tied at 15 runs. Basically, none of them deserved to lose today. Unfortunately, one had to be declared a winner and the other a loser. And New Zealand found themselves on the wrong side of the coin today. They say you live by the rules and you die by them. England lived by the rule, but New Zealand unfortunately had to die by that very same rule. But it is what it is. We got to accept the rule. You can't really question it. Maybe going into the future, you can ask and there can be petitions and we can have ICC change those rules. But for now, as a matter of fact, England are the world champions. How was this entire win scripted? There are a lot of heroes, but in the final, I think it was the partnership between Josh Buttler and Ben Stokes. Ben Stokes, man, what do you tell about this guy? What show of character, what nerves of steel, and what a turnaround. 3 years back, T20 World Cup final at Eden Gardens in Kolkata. Remembered the name Carlos Brathwaite. 4 balls, 4 sixes, Ben Stokes on his haunches, disappointed, losing the game for England, not being able to defend 19 runs. Fast forward through 3 years and today, standing there, player of the match in a World Cup final, bringing the World Cup home for the first time. Great character by Ben Stokes, as I said, kudos to the man. You feel bad for Kane Williamson. I think he's the most hardworking cricketer or the most hardworking player for this World Cup thus far. He's carried the batting pressure and the batting responsibility on his own shoulders single-handedly for New Zealand. I think the numbers are just unreal. 40% of the total runs scored, somewhere around that, scored by New Zealand are by Kane Williamson. That speaks volumes. And then his captainship. You can't say much about it. Enough, like the words are not enough is what I mean, because he's been on point and he's been excellent in what he's done, be it delaying Santner's inclusion into the bowling today or be it the astute captainship that he showed against India in the semi-finals. Where was the game lost? I think it was just pure hard luck, but there were a few moments. I say it's a game of inches, and there were a couple of moments which I feel determined the game. One, the Trent Boult catch, like Ben Stokes' catch that Trent Boult could not hold on to. He actually held on to it, and I think he took it a little casual. He's one of the top 2 fielders in the world when it comes to fielding on the boundary with the boundary ropes behind him. But unfortunately, he took it a little too casual, I feel, and then stepped on that rope. In a game of inches, it was an inch of that foot that was landed on the boundary ropes, and it was a 6. If Ben Stokes was out at that point, the game was done. But unfortunately, that wasn't the case. The other one, second last ball of the innings, Santner fielding at long on. He should have thrown at Ben Stokes' end. That was a definite run out if he had thrown there, but unfortunately, he threw at Adil Rashid's end. He got a run out, but then you could have got Ben Stokes out and then it might not have been a tie. Little things which in hindsight make sense, but it's the pressure of the situation. So you can't really blame them, but we as analysts just try to look deep into the game, and that is what it is. So at the end of the day, England are champions. New Zealand, the greatest ever heartbreak ever in the history of cricket, I feel. I think the Lance Klusener-Alan Donald incident in 1999 thus far was the epitome of heartbreak in cricket. I think New Zealand's loss today will replace that, and it will stay as a record for some time now. They say cricket is not a game for the weak-hearted, and I think it was proven today. As far as the growth of cricket goes with respect to this World Cup, I think it's phenomenal, especially because England wins a white ball World Cup. England has a lot of fans who are purists of the game and they support red ball cricket a lot, but white ball cricket games don't get a lot of support from England. I think this World Cup will change it. So here I am, Yash Khandor, with cameraman Shashank Sharma for the International Cricket Network ICN 360. It was fun doing this all through the World Cup. Hope you enjoyed our analysis. It's really hot here in Tampa, kind of losing it. I'm kind of sweating as well. Until next time, this is Yash Khandor along with Shashank Sharma signing off. Bye for now and take care.
I think it will just be a good wicket. There's no price on it, so there won't be